Greetings, everyone. Welcome to my farm. Looney Farm Guy here, and welcome to the first episode of what I'm pretty sure I'm going to call the Great Farm Experiment. And, well, we're here on the Greenlands by Peter 716, and I have chosen this map. Been waiting for a map for a while. I did a live stream talking about this too. The Greenlands live stream. If you wanted to go take a look at that, we did a little bit of a poke around this map. Kind of showed a few things I have cleared. Well, cleared the farmyard for sure, as you can see here. Placed a few sheds for equipment, and took away all the gates and hedges. I do not like gates and hedges. We placed this is the small silo from the small silo pack. Is a multi-fruit silo, and liquids and solids at 10 million liters. It's nice. This is A2 Studios Buy Anything silo for, well, buy anything. We have the fermenting silo by Omatana, and we have a couple of sheds whom I don't remember who who they're for, but the purpose of this series is I take things. The premise is we have a farm here. It's a working farm. We start with the base new farmer plots, which is these fields here, and the biogas plant. I got a contract on the go right now. I'm harvesting. So I've been doing a little bit of that, just having a look around and get a feel for the map. This is the new planter that came out, so we're going to be using that. And so these are things that we're going to bring in not all the new mods, just a few of the newer mods, and some maybe older mods or whatever, and have them here for a long-term testing. So using them in real game situations, and this terrain, the undulations of these fields make it quite good for testing horsepower and capabilities of tractors and equipment and so forth. I have set up a few of the medium to, well, it's considered a large tractor, not this one. This is a medium. These are all mods. I'm going to try to use only modded equipment that have been released and not base game stuff when possible. We have this coon planter I like that was released a little while ago. Also this Amazon 4-meter seeder. We already planted or seeded a field. We harvested that field over there on the live stream, and we were doing some stuff on it, playing around, and so we replanted oats in here, and we'll be doing various crops. We're going to mix it up. I don't know about cotton, perhaps cotton, if the opportunity so arises, perhaps in a contract. We got some oats that are ready to harvest still here. We're going to do that. We got some grass fields. I'll probably leave some grass out for some grass equipment that might pop up if I strikes my fancy. The house, you can't get rid of the house. However, I did put down a sleeping doormat. I think it was from the Omatana package. A nice little shed beside here so we can park some of the smaller equipment. I got the little JD that's, of course, the 6405, which is a mod. If we go out to, let's go out to, here we go. We got, I picked up this fellow here, this S5500. It's the base one, and we've been using that for contracts and so forth. And the header that came with it, the 630X is also. This is a modded Um, it's a mod, both of those. And we have, where's, oh, come on, there we go. The TM155 came out with the front steer. So the oh, is this the steering? No, this is not the steering front. The steering front one is at the so that this is the medium one. The other one I showed you is considered a large tractor, although it's only 240 horsepower, which is a bit odd. I thought it should have been in the medium tractors, but we will be getting various types of equipment as the need arises, also as new ones come out. If there's something that looks like it would be a good fit, we'll get it in here. Kind of on the scenario of it really is an experimental farm. We're going to try see if we can try different techniques. Maybe some, we could say, cheaty methods, but not really cheating. We're going to try different stuff out. We're going to we're going to experiment, and we're going to put equipment to a longer term test than I do usually in my mod reviews. At least that's the plan. And it seemed to be a nice map for it because it has some big fields, some small fields. It does have a really large area. If we open up this map to the south, a very large open area to the south that can be opened up in the future for some really big stuff if that comes along. And yeah. So it's just a pretty nice, versatile, open. It's got doesn't have too many sell points. It's got a couple of sell points. It doesn't have a really large area, but it has a few farm areas scattered about the map too, where I can set up satellite operations if I want to, say, test out a particular animal. Barn or factory or something, who knows. It's pretty much wide open. It's pretty much whatever pops up on the mod hub that kind of looks interesting, and I want to do further investigation or testing of it. And of course, suggestions are welcome. If you want to see something tested further, leave a comment. If you want to see a particular kind of a piece of equipment, or any kind of suggestion. Really, where am I going? I went to the farm. I'm talking too much. Oh dear. So things like that. I mean, it's really what it is. It's kind of an experimental, long-term testing operation here, which I'm going to, which is a little different from it's quite a bit different from my dairy series, because that's kind of based on the used equipment. So it's not really something I can choose. Basically, it's chosen by whatever pops up in and it's a dairy operation, right? This is going to be, well, mostly farming, but there hasn't been a whole lot of really unique animal stuff yet. There has been some interesting productions, although that might be a whole different series. We'll see about that. Productions are a whole game all by itself, I think, because with the Omatana production pack too, that is just that in it of itself is pretty much an entire game. Oh, he's having a little trouble going up this hill with this. This is from the trailer for one of the trailers from the Roland pack. I thought I'd try out because I never used it before. So it's the smallest of it. This is the size it comes in, 11,000 liters. um, and yeah, there's no issues with it. It performs quite well, so we'll keep it around for a little while. If some other trailers pop up on the Mod Hub, you know, we might swap it out for that kind of thing. We did start with, well, actually, we didn't. I didn't, as you might say, cheat in any money. It's just the money that we have is from the sale of the buildings that of all the buildings you can sell um, around the map. It sold all the cow barns and the sheep barns and pigs and all. It just sold everything we could sell. Didn't sell the lime crushing because that one's a good one. I don't want to get rid of it because I can't replace unless I can. Let me see. I don't productions. Can you? Because the one on this map. Oh yeah, it is. It is here. You can put it down later. Because the one they have on this map is the old one. The one you get off the Mod Hub is is this the is this the one for the map? That's a good question because it looks exactly the same except the one that's on the Mod Hub now you have to add water and stuff to it, and this one you don't because if you look in productions, the rock crusher is rock goes in and 4,000 lime comes out. That was the original one that it had an update, and you had to add water, and you didn't get as much lime out. Of course, we have the biogas plant, and so that's available to us. Yeah. So that's a little bit of a tour of it's as I say, we're just kind of starting out. So um, oh, excuse me. I'm just doing some like I said, I was just doing some contracts to get a feel for the uh, the map. Sorry, I got hiccups. And one thing I did notice about if you want to, it's the sending a worker set destination. I want to send him back over here. Oh, oh, maybe he will. Okay, he will this time. I was having trouble with that. They wouldn't go. It's a little problematic. We'll see if he even gets there. All right. So, anyways, this is the start of it. We're gonna we still have a little bit of we're gonna do a little harvest that we're gonna harvest that field on our farm and use that new planter, and we're gonna plant some maybe some sunflowers. That might be interesting. All right. We'll see you then. All right. He's not what's going on here. There's a lump there. Yes, there's a lump there. This, I think this header's a little bit big for, well, I picked the lowest heart, so this is the base game. Or not base game, this is the base model for this harvester. And I wanted to pick a modded header for it. So it's a little underpowered for some of these hills. Especially going up, as you would imagine. But we got oats here again. We'll take these trees out once we get something decent that pops through the. If we get a mod that does anything with trees, we're going to try it out on these trees. There is a fair bit of trees on this map. We might even eventually hit get some of the forested areas and try out a little bit of forestry. Who knows? Not my thing, but it is possible. Let's get, I think a worker will, it's not exactly the right angle, but we'll let him go there because, oh, he's stuck here. He's past the, he went past the point of, well, not the point of no return because we're going to return. But I got the, at least I got the worker to go that far, which is a win in my book. Oh, this is, tractor's a little bit underpowered for this type of weight, and so we're going to deliver this, collect on that contract, and we'll send them back to the farm, and we can harvest that oats we're harvesting. And we should, there we go, with an extra $3,000. So the noticed, yeah, I think it was mentioned a few other, by a few, some of the other guys in their videos and some live stream and stuff, and mentioned around about the contracts. I think even Mr. Seeley, yes, I think it was Mr. Seeley P on his last, I watched a little bit of his Let's Play there, his last one. And his mod group, I think you mentioned. Anyways, the contracts seem to have been adjusted where you don't get quite as much extra crop. Now that, of course, depends on a number of factors. Let's see if we can get him to go here. Ooh, he will. Let's see what happens. That's a little surprising. He actually went, he actually said okay. So we'll see where he goes, how he gets there. So, yeah, I mean, of course, with the yield variations now being so, like if the field been limed, is it fully fertilized? Does it have weeds? Was it plowed? I mean, there's a number of different factors that affect yield now. So, how much extra you get off a piece of land on a contract kind of, would imagine, kind of depends on some of that too. Well, he looks like he's a little bit unsure of how to get there, going cross country. Oh, he's doing a little wiggly thing. That's a little bit disorienting. This is not this is not me driving. This is the computer. I sent him to go over to that field, and he seems a little bit unsure of how to get there. But the fact remains, you still do get a little bit extra off a contract, which is better than it was at the very beginning, where we were getting ripped off pretty hardcore. So I guess they're continuously tweaking it. What I'm really looking forward to next month is the release of the precision farming, which is that, from what I've heard of and seen, well, not really seen too much, but from what all indications point to a vastly improved model, especially with regards to soil sampling, where before you just had there was only one way to do it with that thing, and you got a circle. It took a circle sample, and you could spend a good half hour to an hour, depending on the size of the map, or not the map, depending on the size of the field, to sample a field. And you would have to do that every 4 or 5 harvests. and it was quite a yeah, that was the most painful part of it, and it almost at first it dissuaded me from using it altogether. But the benefits in the end, the benefits still outweighed the cost of that painful part of it. And if you ran seasons, then you would have to go through basically 5 years. You do it every 5 years, which is kind of where it was. So, but now apparently you can still do that with the new system. However, there is the option to just basically pay somebody, air quotes, pay somebody to sample your field for you, and you pay a flat fee for a said field. Now that I don't know how much that's going to be. Um, uh, Prices for that stuff. So hopefully that's there. There very well might be some issues with all that, but there's other ways to soil sample too. There's a kind of a whole package coming with that. It's a free DLC, so it's not going to be part of the game unless you want it to be, which is nice because not everybody likes using that or playing with it. So it gives you the option. If you want it, you can download it. If you don't want it, you don't have to have it. I'm definitely going to try it out, and I definitely did like how it worked in 19, and it seems like all indications point toward it being a much improved version of that for Farm Sim 22. So that's going to be exciting. So yeah, we're just about finished here. And then how are we doing for time? So yeah, I'm gonna finish this up, and then we're going to use that new planter, and we're gonna throw a drawbar on it because we can fast farm with it, and we'll see how that goes. So we'll be back in a minute. All right, well, we're all done here. We're gonna put this fella back in the shed. Yeah, and also, a bit of a lump there. I mean, literally anything that comes up on the mod hub that looks like it might fit in here, a new shed or something. We might swap out these sheds or something like that. I mean, the money thing might get a little bit interesting. If I have to, I might supplement it a little bit, but I'm not going to go crazy. I mean, we got plenty of funds right now, and I mean, buying and selling equipment a lot is not something you're going to make a lot of money doing, and that's part of this is, I want to be profitable, but it is an experimental. So when you're doing experimentation, there's always funding, grants, and sponsors, shall we say, the equipment sponsors. I mean, we might lease something instead of buying it. I don't know. The only problem with leasing is you can't go in and change it. So that's why because if someone basically, if you get a piece of equipment, you want to be able to how do dual tires going to give you better traction, or just you add something or do something in the workshop. Is that let's see, can I get this in there without? Oh, okay. I'm just gonna drop that so we're gonna grab the planter, and we're gonna plant sunflowers. We're gonna grab the other tractor because this one's a little bit low power. And at some point, we're going to need probably a more powerful tractor. But this one is the one with the, see the front axle kind of. So this is the super steer, and so the turning radius is actually really good on it. We got the drawbar here. We're gonna go hook it up to the drawbar. I do wish this is a really nice big machine shed. Wish the door was bigger. I mean, this one just, they fit, but I can't fit a combine in there. I can't fit this planter won't go in there. I do want to show you something kind of really kind of a little bit of wacky and weird. We'll hook this up. And I was actually trying to back it in. I wanted to do like back in and have it kind of back in the shed this sideways like this, but it's like boink. It's like hitting something. Went back here and it's like, oh my, I have damaged the cedar. And it's like, oh dear, look at this. It's damaged and left a piece behind. It's like, oh wow, is this a new thing? Damaged equipment. It's like, oh my goodness, what has gone on here? But as I went forward, as I was saying, as I went forward, it's like it got, oh, there we go. Now it's back together. It's like, oh, that's a little strange. I don't know. There's some kind of weird collision. I couldn't get it in there. It was like hitting something. And if you hit a post, so if you hit just a normal thing with it, as I'm going to back up here against this post. It does that too here. Oh, look at that. I didn't think, was that just the middle of it? Is the side? Oh yeah, look at that. That's kind of neat. I don't remember that happening in anything else, any other equipment like deforms like that. Anyways, we're going to fill this up with some seeds. There we go. And oh, there we go. We can without it opening all the way, we can fill it. Sunflower, I said. There we go. Sunflowers. It is a direct drill, so we're going to do that. Is this going to... this planter is... oh. Hold on. Got to lower it. There we go. Now that'll work better. It was raised. The drawbar is raised. It didn't like it when it was up that high. This planter is rated at 170 horsepower. This is 240, so it should have no problem pulling it. And as you can see, it's doing it even at a faster pace, of course, with the drawbar on there. We're going downhill too, so we'll see how it goes when going uphill. And as I said, this is an experimental and long-term testing, so we're going to do a lot of this kind of thing, trying out what will work with what. Will it work? How it works? All that kind of fun stuff where if you were doing a role play or maybe another series where it just, it's not really gonna, that kind of thing might not quite fit in. This series is specifically we're gonna key in on that kind of thing. It's just that kind of experimental and just, well, in a sense, try to break things maybe. And sometimes that happens. And if you have any suggestions about combinations of things, I've already seen a question about the rollers, the field rollers, which is an interesting with the seed hawk. That's something really large scale that might come into play at some point. I might have to try that on my test map that's got bigger fields. Because we're kind of starting out a little bit small here at first, but I mean, you get there's no. I mean, we're starting out here on this map, but that doesn't mean we can't move this series to another map. Really, this is kind of as maps come available. Say if map comes available with some new crops. We're likely gonna move to any map that has new crops. I'm not scared of that at all. That's going to be something, because if there's a new map that comes up with some interesting new crop, or any kind of new crop, actually, because we haven't seen any new crops, period. Although there's talk that Comston Farms will be getting some new crops with the updates, so that could happen. We'll just have to see. But or we might even keep this one, and well, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's pretty wide open, basically. I'm leaving it wide open to just about any kind of scenario. Definitely the precision farming is going to be a key component of when it comes out of all my maps. Seasons is not turned on. I have the seasonals, the monthly, the different. Okay, we're in September. It should be. Yeah, we've seen some trees turning color. So I have the look of the seasons. I just don't have the crop restrictions of when to plant and stuff, because it would interfere too much with the whole turnaround on the testing thing. But as you can see, this tractor is pulling it along quite nicely. And we're not really having any problems whatsoever. I did do pretty good test on this in my mod test video. So I wasn't really expecting any problems with this. But we're gonna keep it around and get some workers on it maybe later, or maybe if we even have a contract that comes up, I might go throw it on there and see how he does. Different stuff like that. It's all kinds of stuff. We do have the BGA available to us. We have the fermenting silo there. I think I might put in a bunker silo, one of the leftover bunker silo mods that came out that will change just about anything into chaff. And there we go, we're done. I'll just put this guy back. And that's going to wrap up this episode. Thank you for joining me for the first episode of the Great Farm Experiment with me, Looney Farm Guy. Please leave a like if you so desire. It would help out. It's always nice to see likes on a video if you did like it. And many more of these to come. I'm still continuing my other series on the dairy farm. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a break in between this and that. I mean, we're going to alternate and continue working this this map and trying new stuff out. That one's a used kind of equipment thing, so it makes that kind of interesting in its own way. And this is going to be interesting with just new stuff all the time. Swapping out. We're gonna swap out some tractors after we've used them for quite a bit. These guys are working really well. Basically, any new tractors that pop up in the mod hub, it's anything like that. So you know the score. Anyways, as I always say, remember it's just a game. So make sure, well, you have fun with it, and we're gonna have fun on this map. We're gonna have fun trying all sorts of stuff, like the drawbar. We're gonna get a couple of the other fast farming stuff things. Anyways, I keep going on and on. Anyways, till next time, bye.